Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and DRT Junior College. Again, we are welcome to you for our subject history. Today we are going to start by our chapter number 2, that is European colonialism. Already I have started by our chapter number 2 called European colonialism, and explain you what is colonialism. Colonialism is a part of imperialism. And what is imperialism? Imperialism means where undeveloped country, which is similar that domination of undeveloped nation by developed nation by virtue of establishing colony. At that time I have given you example of undeveloped country, that was India, and developed country Britain. Britain rule on India. So I hope colonialism is clear to you. Today our topic is European colonialism, and in that we have studied about the countries which were colonized by the developed country, that is Britain. So here we are having America. We have to see America. Then after America, where we will see Australia and New Zealand, Asia, and Africa. Today in this session we will complete by America. European colonialism, America. First one is America. While studying the history of the colonial period in America, it becomes apparent that the stronger European countries dominated the weaker countries by establishing colonies there and pushed them into subjection. As we are studying history of colonial period in America, so from there we can see, at that time we can see that those who were strong financially, military, those who were the stronger European countries were dominating, were ruling to the weaker countries. Weaker countries, those who are undeveloped countries, by establishing their own colonies over there and pushing their subject, means the local people, the original inhabitants, as the slaves. They were engaging the people of those countries, the people of undeveloped countries, as the slaves. The European migrant seized means capture. The European migrant seized the land of original inhabitants in America, and if needed massacred them. And at that time what they were doing, the European migrants means the people who migrate from one place to another. So as European migrate from their land to another land where they were having their colonies. So here if we are talking as America, when they have migrated to America, at that time they seize means capture the land in of America, and from their original inhabitants, the people who are residing over there in America, they massacred them all. Massacred, kill them all. If needed, they kill them all. They destroyed the local kingdoms in Peru and Mexico. The original inhabitants were forced into slavery. Now, not only they destroyed the local kingdom, not only they destroyed, means here the two areas have been given to us, Peru and Mexico. I hope you have listened. So here they have not only destroyed the local kingdom over there, but also they have taken all the people living over there, the original inhabitants, and they forced them to work them as their slaves. Hence, enforced into slavery. Portugal and Spain were on the forefront in the competition among the European nations to establish colonies. Now, the most domination were the Portugal and Spain. They were in the competition of making their colonies. Portugal brought Brazil in the American continent under their rule, and so did Spain by taking hold of Mexico. Portugal brought Brazil and Spain brought Mexico. Remember, Portugal, Brazil, and Spain, Mexico. There they discovered gold mines. From there, where they have their hold, there they discovered gold mines. Gold mines means having money, make profits. Spanish colonizers brought slaves from America. From Africa. Spanish colonizers brought slaves from Africa. See, in chapter number 1, we have studied about the Henry the Navigator. Over there, when he has asked his seafarers to discover the land, unknown land, they discovered Africa, islands of Africa, parts of Africa, and from there they have discovered gold also, as well as the people who were living over there, the original inhabitants of the place of Africa. They brought them over here to their land, that is Portugal, and may sell them as the slave. So Spanish colonizers do the same thing. Spanish colonizers brought slaves from Africa to cultivate sugarcane and tobacco in the American fields. Now why they were using those slaves? So to cultivate sugarcane and tobacco in their own American fields. However, once the Spanish discovered the mines of gold and silver, they concentrated more on mining the precious metal than agriculture. Now, not only on agriculture, their focus was also on the mines of gold and silver. As they have discovered the mines of gold and silver, they concentrated more on mining the precious metals than agriculture. Earlier, their intention was on agriculture, but as they had discovered the mines of gold and silver, so their intention was broadened. No, we have to concentrate on the mining of precious things, so as our profit will be doubled. This established control over the entire coastline of South America. Now it was easy for them to have a hold on the coastline of South America. The coastal region from Florida to California was held by the Spanish. Here they engaged the Native Americans and the African slaves in farming. Now they engaged the Native Americans and African slaves in farming. Where? To the coastal region of Florida and to California. Farming and mining earned them enormous wealth. So they got a good huge amount from farming and doing mining of gold and silver. Spain appointed governors to administer this region. The King of Spain was the supreme authority. An organization called Council of the Indies was established to rule the colonies. Now, these colonies were ruled by the King of Spain. He was the supreme authority, the highest authority. All the people listened to him, and an organization was called out, which name was Council of Indies. And why this was established? This was established to rule the colonies, with the colonies they have made over here in America. This council was also in charge of the Spanish trade in the colonies. So, what the trade was happening from their land to America, or from America to their land. So that was the main work of this council. Essential raw materials were exported out to Spain, and the finished good used to be imported for sale in the local market of the colonies, right? As we have studied that these people have discovered land for what reason? Yes, for raw materials, as the industrialization has happened. So they need more raw materials. So that was the reason that these people have sent their seafarers for discovering unknown lands. And thus when they have discovered the land, they got the raw material, they were exporting the raw material from that unknown lands to their land. And when once they have made from that raw material finished products, finished good, that goods were imported again to the unknown land, where from where they were taken the raw material. Why they were sending that finished goods? Just to sell in the local market of those colonies. The trade of gold and silver acquired from these colonies earned huge profit for the king. Witnessing Spain's prosperity, England, Holland, and France also began to establish their colonies in America. Now, as everyone saw that the trade of gold and silver is giving more profit, huge profit to the king. So, as they have seen that Spain is giving prosperity, so England, Holland, and France also began to establish their colonies in America. During the reign of Elizabeth I, the Queen of England, explorers were encouraged to undertake sea expedition. Establishing colonies was the prime intention. In 1496, John Abbott was granted permission to establish colonies on the American land. He established the British as the ruling authority in North America. Now, see, at that time there was a ruling who was on the throne. So, at that time there was Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth of England, Elizabeth I. So, she has given the permission for exploring and encouraged them to undertake sea expedition, and from there was the prime intention of establishing colonies. In 1496, John Abbott was granted permission. He has got a permission by the Queen to establish colonies on American land, and thus he established British as the ruling authority in North America. Now, still, what happened? They were just discovering the unknown lands. Once the land is discovered, they have collected the raw material. They have used, the intention was of you having raw material, and then after raw material they were sending their products. They were taking the people, the original inhabitants, to their land and selling them. Now what they are doing, they are having the permission to establish their colonies on American land, and plus ruling authority was also taken, was established by Britishers in North America. Here you can see the picture. She is Queen Elizabeth I. She has given permission to John Abbott. He is John Abbott, who has, what he has done, he has established the British as trading ruling authority in North America. Just imagine what had happened over here, for only for profit purpose. Now moving further, in 1607 the British built Jamestown, a colony on the banks of River James. Later the same colony was renamed as Virginia. Afterwards, England established colonies in the coastal region of North America, stretching from New England to Carolina. Along with earning commercial benefit, welfare of the home country was added to the colonial intention during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. Now, in 1607, what happened? British has made their own town, Jamestown, a colony on the bank of River James. There was a river James, and they have created, on the basis of that river, they have created their town, Jamestown. Later, the same colony was renamed as Virginia. Jamestown was named as Virginia. And afterward, England established colonies in the coastal region of North America, stretching from New England to Carolina. After, with earning commercial profit, commercial benefit, welfare of the home country was added to the colonial intention during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth. Now what happened? The intention was colonial capturing one during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. At that time only, not only they have the intention of colonizing, they also want to do profit. Profit was the earlier intention during the industrialization. That was the first thing, that they have to make profit. After that profit, they want to colonize the people. They want to capture the land, and this was under whose guidance? Under the reign of Queen Elizabeth. To suit its colonial interest, England began to impose restriction on the colonies. Now, as they have to create their hold, so how they have made their hold? So they have controlled people. Now, how they have controlled people? So they impose restriction. How? What kind of restriction they have imposed? Yes, by having taxes on the colonies. The maritime law. Maritime law means here one which is used for only for navy was a step in this direction. This law authorized only the British companies for the sea transport. Now this law, according to maritime law, it has only permission for the British company for sea transport. Only Britishers can do the transportation. So a new a law has been passed here, and they passed the Stamp Act in the year 1765 and made it obligatory, that is compulsory, to purchase special stamps for important documents. Means if you want to do the trade, so yeah, you should have that important document and you have to purchase it. See, so smart they are. Again over here, they are making profit. British colonies in America like Virginia, Massachusetts put up resistance against the Stamp Act and also other restrictions imposed on the colonies. Now, British colonies which were there in America, like Virginia and Massachusetts, they put resistance against the Stamp Act. The Stamp Act, they were against to that act and also other restriction imposed on the colonies. On 5th March 1770, some people were shot down by British soldiers in Boston, a port city in Massachusetts. Now, as they were against this, so the British soldiers, they shot down to the people who were against in Boston, a port city in Massachusetts. The British Parliament had granted monopoly to East India Company to import and sell tea to the colonies. Now what happened, as the Britishers were doing their trade, they have also granted monopoly to East India Company to import and sell tea to the colonies. Tea, which is the most important thing. Today also we want tea. Every morning our morning start by tea, right? In evening we want tea. So that was the most important commodity which they were trading. People in the colonies had started demanding removal of the restriction imposed on them and autonomy. Autonomy means self-rule. What they want? They want a removal of the restriction what they have made. That was the taxes and also the autonomy. Autonomy means self-rule. They want to rule by them. They don't want any other rule. When the British government refused to yield to this demand, and when the British government denied to accept their proposal, the American colony declared boycott on British good. Hence, what happened? American colonies, they declare boycott, that we are not going to listen whatever you are doing. We are not going to use whatever the products you are going to give us. In 1773, as an act of resistance, means ignorance, not listening, the local residents of Boston dumped boxes containing tea in the sea belonging to East India Company. So what happened? Um, in the angerness, the local residents who were working as slave over there, local residents of Boston who were working as slave over there, what they have done in angerness, they dumped all the boxes containing tea which were belonging to sea of East India Company. They just dump those boxes in the sea. Now see, tea is the most important ingredients, right? Tea is the perishable item, and hence when they have dumped this tea into the sea, what happened? It has been dissolved. Hence what happened? There was a loss. There was a crores of loss. To whom? To East India Company. So that was a setback to East India Company, the Britishers. Hence this event is known as the Boston Tea Party. This is the picture of the ship. The people are carrying the boxes and throwing into the water. A federation of the colonies known as the Continental Congress was established. In 1774, a meeting of the Congress was called. In this meeting, known as the First Continental Congress, a strong opposition was expressed to the import of British good. It was also decided to boycott British good. This event ultimately gave a momentum to the American independence movement against European power. So not only they have just taken one step, they have also created their own Congress that was called as Continental Congress. They have kept a meeting. The first Continental Congress was a very strong opposition which expressed to the import of British good. It was also decided to boycott the British goods. They even This event ultimately gave a momentum to American independence. That was the rise of American independence against European powers. 13 colonies in America came together and declared independence from Great Britain. Now, as they were having, they were standing in front of the Britishers, in front of Great Britain, in front of England. So there were total 13 colonies were there, which were ruled by British in America. So they came together and declared independence from Great Britain. On 4th July, in the meeting known as the Second Continental Congress, a document known as Declaration of Independence was adopted. See, in the first Continental Congress, what they have done, they have decided that we will boycott the British good and we will not listen whatever they are passing their law. We are not going to listen. And in the Second Continental Congress, what they have done, they have decided 13 colonies came together and they declared independence from Great Britain. And the Declaration of Independence was adopted. And this document was drafted by Thomas Jefferson. Now see, this is the picture which is there in your textbook on page number 12. You can see in this, see, the name is not given, not clear to you people. I've just taken the clip of that. You can see in our textbook page number 12, you can got the name of those 13 American colonies, which were they who has fight for their independence. This is the person, Thomas Jefferson, who has made the who has drafted the document of Declaration of Independence. The crucial point of the document announced that the 13 American colonies were independent sovereign states. Now what happened? The crucial point was what? That the document said that the 13 American colonies which has fought were independent sovereign. Sovereign means self-ruling state where no intervention of British government will be taken place. The key point of this document is a statement about three basic human rights. Second, the key important point of this document was that there will be three basic human rights. What was they? Namely, life, liberty and pursuit. Life where we can live, liberty, freedom and pursuit of happiness, that we will live in happiness. It was stated that these three are the natural right of all humans, which nobody can be deprived of. And it is already said that these are the basic rights and natural rights. From birth we have got this right and nobody can take it. Nobody can snatch this. So we are not going to give this rights to anybody. Hence, the conflict between the colonies and the British Army continued for some time, resulting into several battles after the colonies declared independence. So it was not very easy that people will say that we want independence and Britishers will give independence. No. So they have fought many battles for that and finally they got independence. Finally at Saratoga, the colonies got a decisive victory over the British Army. The victory proved to be a turning point for the colonies as the French agreed to support them in their conflict with the British. Hence, finally, who supported? French supported. That's why they got victory. Eventually, Spain also joined the colonies in their struggle for independence. And afterwards, Spain was also joined for these colonies to give their independence. On 7th October 1780, George Washington defeated the British Army. And finally, British Army was defeated by whom? By George Washington. He is George Washington. His picture is also given in your textbook on page number 13. Okay, moving further, on 19 October, the British General Lord Cornwallis surrendered and America became independent. And finally, the British General Lord Cornwallis surrendered himself and America became independent country. The American Revolt for Independence is also known as American Revolution. It was a war tantamount to American fighting one's own king to get back their independence. Americans proved to the world that the subjects have a right to fight the rulers who deny them their natural right. Now these people have proof, Americans have proof by having this fight that the subject have all the right to fight for the ruler if the ruler is denying their natural right, the birthright if denied, so they can have a fight to take that right back. It is said that state without a king is a phenomena which is a gift to the world from America, and hence from America we come to know that a state without king is a phenomena. Phenomena means a mindset. It is a mindset, and that is a gift given to the world from which country? Yes, America. Now see, this is the person Lord Cornwallis, British Journal. Moving further, Canada, a country adjacent to America, was acquired by the British by the Paris Treaty. Later, the British accorded the status of a federal state to Canada and established a bicameral parliament. They had also appointed a governor general in Canada. Now, finally, what happened? There was a country adjacent to America named Canada, was acquired by British by the Paris Treaty. There was a treaty done for giving the independence. Britishers have done. They have acquired Canada. Later, the British accorded a status of a federal state to Canada and established a bicameral parliament. Bicameral, where there are two houses in parliament. In India, we are having Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. They had also appointed a governor general in Canada, and finally they have also appointed a governor general who Britishers has also appointed governor general in Canada. And finally the thing or everything has been sorted out, and America was completely declared independent country, and those 13 colonies live happily. Here we have completed by our chapter. Thank you very much for listening. In our next section, inshallah, we are going to start by Australia and New Zealand.